Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. And today's a day that's ruled by the third eye and guided by universal fire. And today is a 7-day, so we are working with that beautiful, mystical, esoteric energy today. It's a very spiritually charged day. Not only are we still within the 8-8 portal energies, but we're also working with the yellow rhythmic sun energy today. And this galactic signature is all about enlightenment. It's about that universal fire, that life force energy, and the energy of enlightenment. This is very much the energy of being. So today we're being asked to center into our being, to be present, to be open, to be empty, and to allow ourselves to be filled with that spiritual energy, to be channels, pure, open, and empty vessels for that spiritual energy to channel through us, to work through us, to simply fill our vessels and radiate out into the world. Today is a beautiful day to meditate. It's a beautiful day to get out and enjoy that sunshine, understanding that the sun is our life force energy, right? It is our source of vitality. And right now with this 8-8 portal open, we also have our spiritual sun, Sirius, which is emitting these powerful rays and vibrations. And really these processes of activation that we are all undergoing right now. There is a Lionsgate video that I did, a live video where we go through a really powerful activation meditation and manifesting meditation. So if you guys haven't checked that out yet, I encourage you to. I also encourage anyone who hasn't watched the 8-8 portal Lionsgate video to do so. But these energies, they're ongoing as we talk about in the video. And so we are receiving both from our sun, the sun, the grand central sun, and the Sirius, our spiritual sun. So much right now, so much wisdom, so many downloads, so much powerful light that is really assisting us in moving to the next level of our evolution, the next level of our ascension process. And this is going to be different for everyone. These keys, these codes are being activated within us, and they will come fully online in the perfect divine timing that they're meant to. And I want to say this for anyone who's maybe feeling like they're not receiving as much from the Lionsgate portal as they wanted. This portal has been tricky. It's been interesting. It's been bringing a lot into our awareness. It's been a very powerful energy as far as releasing goes, as far as us seeing and understanding the things that we're ready to work on, that we're ready to work through. A lot of people are coming to these major crossroads or feeling the energy of these crossroads in their lives, and these choice points, these decision points. Just understand that's all part of the portal energy. It's not just about, oh, I woke up today and I'm super psychic all of a sudden, or something like that, right? That's sometimes what we think about when we think about being activated and we think about our spiritual process and evolution. But it's really all of these real world situations as well. All of these awarenesses, everything that's being brought to the surface, being brought to the light, that is part of this activation process as well. That is part of this initiation, this gateway that we're moving through. And so just to understand that, and understand that whatever your experience of this portal is or has been is absolutely perfect. And that's absolutely what each and every one of us has needed at this time. So moving back to this yellow sun energy, this energy of openness, this energy of illumination, right? The sun represents enlightenment. It also represents illumination. And actually that explains perfectly why we were just talking about what we were just talking about, right? That's the process of illumination. When these things begin being brought into our awareness, where we begin to understand on a deeper level, when we begin to make different choices or to see more clearly the trajectory of those choices. Many of us have been shown different timelines during this 8-8 portal energy. We've been shown old timelines that we've had the opportunity to close out, and sort of the energies of where those lead us. We've been shown new timelines and introduced to new timelines and new possibilities. And so it's all, this power of choice is so clear during this portal. Like, what do you want your experience to be? You get to choose. You have that power, right? We're stepping into our power as creators. And so Yeah, it all ties in together. It all works in together. But this energy of illumination, very, very strong today. And just focusing on being, just focusing on existing, focusing on cultivating that Christ consciousness. The yellow sun energy is very much about the Christ consciousness energy. That is the energy of unconditional love. That is love in its purest vibration. And so just embodying that today in all of our actions, looking to the ways that we can perceive every circumstance in our lives from that more enlightened state of being, right? Where we're looking more deeply. We're looking beyond the surface. But at the same time, it's like looking more deeply, but also more simply. Because enlightenment is simple. Being is simple. Presence is simple. Right? As humans, we overcomplicate these things. We get the mind involved. And so it's like coming out of the mind energy and more deeply into the heart energy. So as you guys can see, those of you who've been following the energies of the 8-8 portal and feeling them, this is very much a day that's really helping to tie together a lot of these energies that we have been experiencing during the 8-8 portal. All right. So the affirmations for today are: I organize in order to enlighten, balancing life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by my own power doubled. And so with this rhythmic tone that we're working with today, it is absolutely that tone that is asking us to balance. So how can I become more balanced in my life? How can I balance the doing with the being, right? Where is it that I am feeling off kilter and am being invited to bring myself back to center, back to that center point? And the guidance today is to focus on letting the radiance of your inner sun illuminate and empower your moments. Ascend into the center of your heart and access unconditional love. Bask in the power of your realized wholeness and freedom. Right? And this is, and with this rhythmic tone, we can also work with the energy of music. Any way that we can work with and incorporate rhythm today is going to be very healing for us. And what was I just going to say before I interrupted myself? Oh, I think I've lost it now. Yeah, I think I've lost it now, which is fine. That just means that I wasn't meant to. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is reminding me of my friend Kayla, and something she always says. She has a channel on here as well. It's called Kayla Divine Channel. She does all kinds of different readings and stuff like that. But she's always talking about the fact that we are already whole and complete. Right? And the fact that we're not is an illusion. So that really got called into my consciousness as I was reading that. Just this energy of focusing today on that knowledge that you are whole and complete. And really just feeling into that wholeness. Calling in the energy, the knowledge, the remembrance of that today. And remembrance in general, I'm feeling like it's a powerful day for remembering what it is that we will remember. It may be different for all of us, but it's a remembrance of self, a remembrance of connectedness, a remembrance of truth, a remembrance of simplicity, of being. And this is the I am energy, as Astro Dream Advisor will tell us. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. This mantra of Yellow Sun is a meditation for accessing the I am presence that contains great power and universal truth. Yellow Sun is the mystery unveiled, the simplicity of unconditional love and limitless bliss. Known by many names, Yellow Sun is the solar lord, the mind of light, the center that is also your center. Yellow Sun is your solar home, the great central sun. Yellow Sun is a reminder that you are, at every moment, in the center of all that is. In your journey of remembrance, you are crafting a light body to return to a home in the stars that you never really left. Return as a child of the sacred to the great central sun. You are the crown of creation infused with the blueprint of solar mind. You are a God seed, the reflection of cosmic consciousness. You are love made visible. That's beautiful. Discover the simple secret encoded in Yellow Sun's star glyph. You are unconditional love, the stone of indestructible liberation. Radiate that knowing in all your thoughts and actions. Love all of creation. Join the dance of light, the fundamental constant of nature, and shine forth the clarity of your true essence. There is great power in simply identifying with the light. As above, so below. You are in God, and God is in you. Right? There is no separation. As you express unconditional love, you become more than you previously perceived yourself to be. You become illumined, the full manifestation of your divinity. In the embrace of your humanity, accept yourself and others unconditionally. Magnify your full presence. Yellow sun will come in myriad forms to assist you. Be limitless. Accept and understand the nature of judgment, fear, light and dark within yourself and others. Love and accept yourself and others as you are, freed from previous boundaries. You are the dawning of the solar age. As you move towards your core of light, you will find a clear light awareness that is innately innocent. In this place, the mind is restored to its original state of receptivity. Clarity and freedom become expressions of being, and bliss becomes the body. At this core of light, a new reality is born. From the union of the divine masculine and feminine is birthed the solar androgyny of cosmic consciousness. Ooh. Now we find ourselves in a great awakening. We have the opportunity to retrace our steps to return to union with original cause. We who have deepened the illusion of separation are now poised to retrieve what seemed to be lost forever. Through the gift of rebirth and ascension, we are reclaiming our original state of union with God. We are going home. The process of rebirth and ascension can be viewed simply as the raising of the vibratory rate of the earth and her children. It is embodied in the state of consciousness that knows the self is divine. The circlet or crown is a symbol of recognizing and knowing that divine self. So the crown as a sacred tool is a universal symbol of the completion of a circle of self-empowerment and self-authority. Full ascension is the freedom to take your physical form with you to other planes and dimensions. In preparation for the ascension, there is an opening and clearing of your light seals and chakras. If you choose to walk this path, know that in the embodiment of your I Am self, you will learn to accept all things unconditionally, forgiving and releasing all judgments of yourself and others. The activation of solar mind and ascension is already in progress. In divine fusion, you are becoming the one body of the ascension. Open your heart as a flower to the sun and become the same love that holds universes together. And just as like an aside here, I think it's super funny when we read this bit about the crown, which symbolizes recognizing and knowing the divine self, and a symbol of completion of a circle of self-empowerment and self-authority. And I think that's really funny because I've always had this desire when I feel that I have truly made it in life and I am in a place of complete security and I have completed that circle of self-authority and self-fulfillment like it was talking about. I've always wanted to get a crown tattooed right on the side of my neck. And I never really knew why. And I was like, is that kind of corny? Like, you know, but I really felt drawn to do it. And I'm so glad that I read that because I knew I had read it somewhere and I forgot where it was. It was in the Astro Dream Advisor. Understanding the symbology of that and the meaning behind that, I'm like, oh, now that makes perfect sense. Now that makes perfect sense. So you guys will know one day when you see that, that means that I truly and completely 100% have reached that point where I have no need to worry about ever having to get a regular job again. That's a big part of what it's about, right? Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's get into the astrology today, you guys. So we have the moon in Virgo in the final degrees of Virgo today. And the moon earlier today made a conjunction with Venus, and they're still within a few degrees of each other. So we're going to feel the energy of this conjunction today. And they did this in opposition to Neptune retrograde conjunct Pallas retrograde. So this is a big energy when it comes to, once again, we're talking about illumination, we're talking about awareness. Something being brought into our awareness, something that we're understanding, a deeper understanding that we're gaining. Somewhere in our lives, most likely regarding relationship, regarding love, regarding finances and wealth, regarding self-care and self-love. Remember, this is happening in the sign of Virgo, which is that sign of self-care and also that sign of purification. So it's like, where are we receiving an opportunity to reach a new level of purification and understanding when it comes to any of these I don't want to call them issues. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for here. But any of these aspects of our lives and ourselves, where are we receiving a deeper level of clarity and understanding? Where is there more truth that's being revealed to us? Remember, Neptune retrograde is peeling away the veil, especially in conjunct to Pallas, which is that planet of strategy, which is that planet of, or not planet rather, but you guys know what I mean. That asteroid, that astrological body that represents strategy and planning and creativity, right? This is a highly creative energy too, where if we are feeling any type of resistance, if we are feeling any tension today, a creative outlet is a really good way to work through these energies, to work through whatever it is that's coming into our awareness within our emotional bodies, especially, remember with this moon, very much about the emotional bodies. What is coming up in our emotional bodies, coming up into our consciousness that wants to be processed in relation to these aspects of self-care, of self-nurturance, of love, of relationship, of abundance, right? Of physical security, or just security in general. So processing that in a creative way today is a really good way to work with these energies. But with this energy of Virgo, there is that analytical aspect of it as well. We also have Mercury still in an opposition to Jupiter. And that was exact either yesterday or the day before, but they're 1 degree apart still. So we're still feeling this opposition. And so this is that energy that is calling us to, there's two different ways, right? With Jupiter retrograde, I'm feeling like this is going to go different ways for different people. For some people, it's an energy where we're being asked to look at where we may actually need to be a little bit more practical, where we are perhaps, I don't want to say dreaming too big or dreaming too expansively, but where we're not taking all of the important matters into consideration. So that's one way that we may experience this energy. And we may experience this energy when it comes to being overly idealistic, overly dreamy without a real foundation or footing in reality. And it makes me cringe having to say stuff like that, because you know how we all feel about these words like reality and practicality and all of this stuff, but sometimes it's necessary. For others with Jupiter in retrograde, this may be an area where you're being asked if you're dreaming big enough. And so each and every one of us is going to have to determine like where we fall on that spectrum today, as far as that energy goes and what's being brought into our awareness. It's definitely an energy where limiting beliefs are coming into focus as well. Any areas where we either limit ourselves too much, or where we perhaps don't allow the parameters of logic and practicality to factor in enough. So finding that balance today. What are we going to do for cards today? I was being called to the Archangel Power Tarot. Clear. So we are going to pull some of these. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. What guidance? Tapping into the energies of Tuesday, August 11th. This beautiful mystical 7-day that we are experiencing. This day of enlightenment, of illumination. First card out is the Two of Ariel, which is the Two of Pentacles. So this is about balance. Are you working too hard? Are you not working enough? And by work, and so this is reminding me of something that I agreed to do recently, which is instead of saying work, I call it play. Because I want to take that energy, that work energy, I don't want to apply that to what I do today. Because it's very much, it's something that feeds my soul, so it's not really work. And so I'm switching the way that I look at that. I look at that and I identify that energy. Which leads right into the last line here, which is making work fun. But where are you perhaps? Are you erring on the side of, so we're going to use the term work in this just for identification purposes, right? Are you all play and not enough work, or are you all work and not enough play? How can you find somewhere in the middle? Finding balance. For some people, this is also an energy where we're being asked to look at where we have too many pots on the stove right now. Think about the analogy of that. If you are cooking a meal and you have 3 pots going at once, you can probably watch them enough to figure out, to make sure nothing burns, to make sure nothing boils over. When you start getting When you say you got 2 stoves going right next to each other and you got 6 or 7 pots going, how likely is it that you're going to be able to watch all of those and that they are all going to come out to their fullest potential? Not very likely. You might need assistance. You might need to get another person in the kitchen. Or you might need to whittle down what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're serving. So it's looking at those different aspects, as well as that energy of making work fun, right? Bringing that play energy, that energy of enjoyment. If you are spending a lot of time doing something that's not bringing you enjoyment, is there some way to shift that energy? Is there some way to shift yourself into a place where you are finding more fulfillment from what it is that you're doing? If we spend a lot of time and energy doing things that are unfulfilling, eventually that really drains our spirit. And so it's time to either do something else or make sure that you're taking the time out to refill yourself. It's so funny, I keep being drawn to the angel up that's sitting on the sidelines here. It's like, I almost feel like some people's guardian angels are like sitting there like, are you going to ask me for help? Are you going to do this all yourself? Or do you know that you can have assistance whenever you want it? Like, you don't have to balance all of that alone. You don't have to do all of that alone. So for some people, finding balance, the way that you're being asked to find balance right now is to ask for help. Then we have the 9 of Ariel coming out, the 9 of Pentacles. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. The love for the beautiful things in life. And so there is success coming, right? I feel like many people are successful right now. It's just like a determination of like, is that success fulfillment? What does success mean to me? But it is showing that the efforts that you put into things are going to pay off and will lead to success. So anyone who's putting in a lot of work into something right now, and you're in that place where you're trying to you're starting to worry or wonder if you are ever going to be what is successful in your eyes. Because remember, you're already successful in the eyes of the divine. Simply by putting in the effort, by showing up, by moving towards your purpose, by continuing to grow and evolve, you're successful already in the eyes of the divine. But in your own eyes. That's why we said, what does success mean to you? But you will be successful. Whatever success does mean to you, you will achieve that. You are already achieving that. That's a big energy coming through here. You are already achieving that. It doesn't say your dreams will be fulfilled. It says your dreams are fulfilled. So it's that energy. It's like understanding that you're already living the dream. I think a lot of us, we chase this dream, we chase this idea. And we even do it on here when we talk about the new earth, right? Oh, the new earth is coming, the new earth is coming. It's like we don't stop and sense that it's right here, right now. And so it's like and with this yellow sun energy too, that's bringing us back to that. That's reminding us today, be here right now. Everything is perfect right now. Your dreams are fulfilled right now. You are fulfilled right now. So really moving into that energy. And that's going to help it when we make every moment feel like play. When we are grateful for everything that we have right now, when we see ourselves as successful and fulfilled right now, and we allow ourselves to experience that, that's what brings that energy in even more powerfully and brings even more fulfillment. But yeah, they're also saying in order to reach this level to reach the next, whatever this level of success is that you are desiring, you have to have balance. You have to have balance, and some people are going to need to ask for help and really trim down what they're doing to the essentials. Or prioritize. There's some energy that is important to continue to shift in order to have, like, you can do what you're doing, but you have to make sure that you continue adjusting and readjusting as necessary. to keep coming back to that equilibrium. Or you're going to fizzle out. That's that kind of energy. Then we have the Knight of Raphael. So this is the Knight of Cups. So that's that romance energy coming in here. Tell me more about this. Nine of Gabriel, which would be the Nine of Wands. Got the Eight of Cups that wanted to pop out here, but we'll see. Five of Swords coming out. Yeah, so there's an energy of detaching here, an energy of putting down the burdens. Yeah. And so there's that love energy that we were seeing with the Venus conjunct Moon. Yep, so there's an energy of releasing situations, releasing attachments to situations and people today. Some people may be experiencing this. And then we have the King of Raphael. So we have the King of Cups coming out. So there's an evolution happening for some people too in terms of love, in terms of their heart energy in general, their capacity to give and receive love. For some people, creativity as well. So, yeah, this evolution, it feels like there was a lot of heavy energy that many people were feeling. A lot of heavy heart energy. A lot of heavy emotional energy here. And a lot of the reason for this heavy emotional energy was this attachment to what the outcome was going to be. This attachment to a specific person or situation. Attachment to the way that they thought things needed to happen. A need to control an outcome. That was where the stress and the heaviness was. There was this energy of needing to control an outcome. It's like sort of the protecting of the heart energy too. People whose hearts were very guarded. And now kind of that heart energy opening up. So for some people, some of those realizations around love today might be where you've held yourself back from it, where you've kept yourself guarded, where you've tried to control situations in order to keep yourself safe, where you've been attached to, where you've been operating out of need versus, it's sort of like that energy of codependency versus interdependency, where those energies have been present. Yeah, we got Epiphany wanting to pop out there. Yeah, so some people really beginning to understand these patterns around love and relationship. And then we have 16, which I believe is relates to the Tower, which is revelations again, change, with the Five of Pentacles. So a shift in this thinking as well, a shift in this lack mentality, this scarcity mentality. Perhaps losing something, right? This energy of loss, losing something is a Tower moment for somebody. Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Losing something or someone helps to bring this shift about. And then we have the Wheel coming out with the Three of Cups. New beginnings, changes in directions, right? Blessings, celebration, reunion, coming together. Yeah, so that's beautiful. So a lot of revelations around this heart energy, around love and relationship today for a lot of people. A lot of understandings, perspective shifts. releasing old belief systems, understanding the areas where we've kind of been our own worst enemy, right? How we've created these situations, some of these situations, and sort of releasing that and moving into a new level of emotional maturity. Really being open, becoming open, going from a closed heart space to an open heart space, and sort of the realizations today that facilitate that process. And then we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So a new start for some people here. Yeah, passion, creativity, a whole new cycle of that being born. So that's beautiful. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a beautiful day. If you enjoyed this reading, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. There are links below to donate in the description box if you so wish to do so. My email is also down below with a description of the different services that I offer. So much love to each and every single one of you. Have a fabulous day.